Okay guys, so hi. Today we're gonna learn about sailing and what to wear when you sail. So our objective for today is gonna be to be able to dress accordingly to the weather that presents in our everyday sailing. And depending on the conditions, we can change our sailing attire. Now, does any of you have any idea what we need to sail? Yes?
A life jacket.
A life jacket, very good.
Sunblock.
Sunblock, very important.
And a sailboat.
Of course. Do you know
Swimming
what?
suit.
Swimming suit is very important.
A cap.
Because it dries fast, so we can not get cold in it.
A cap.
A cap, very important, like I have today, to protect us from the sun, and so we don't get heat stroke or any burn on the skin. Anything else?
Sailing shoes. Appropriate sailing shoes.
And that's a very good point. Why do you think we need sailing shoes? This is just one type of sailing shoes, but as you can see, there's a lot of traction underneath, and that is very good when we're sailing, so we don't slip or we don't cut ourselves. We're protected, and at the same time, we can sail appropriately.
Sailing gloves.
Sailing gloves is a very good thing. I don't have some right now, but it's a very good idea. You don't get cold, and you can also have a nice grip on the ropes when you're sailing. What about when it's like windy and cold outside?
A wetsuit.
A wetsuit, yes. And something found in our common day
Jacket.
jacket.
Windbreaker.
Yes, jacket. Here you have a jacket, preferably to have a hoodie on or a cap so you don't get cold when it's very cold. It's also important if you're sailing a long time outside to have glasses on to protect your eyes from the sun and to stay hydrated. So keep a water bottle close anytime. Anything else? Suggestions?
What if you're gonna sail at night?
What if you're gonna sail at night? Number one, you would have to have some lights on your boat to signal others. But it would also be a good idea to have a flashlight around in case there's any wires or ropes you need to get to. But in general, I would not recommend sailing at night. Okay? So well, that's basically the lecture part, and those were the basic components, and now I'm gonna go to an activity. Okay guys, so now we're gonna start on the activity. I printed out some samples of clothing that you mentioned before and others. I want you to get into groups of 3 and arrange them into these, and if you would use them in like rainy conditions, wind conditions, cold conditions, or like hot sunny conditions. And you can mix. It can be like windy and cold. Okay? So I'll give you like 2 minutes or something for you to think that out. And I will prepare the board. If you have any questions, you can ask.
A ver, entonces, which should we put? Maybe.
Well, obviously, if it's gonna be a sunny day, you need sunscreen and a cap
Okay.
and the sunglasses.
Yes.
Why don't we start with a sunny day?
Sunny day.
Okay, we're ready.
Life jacket.
You ready?
Traction shoes
Okay.
and gloves are for all the time.
Wetsuit
And then the wetsuit would be if it's cold.
and
The
also.
spray top also, or if it's windy. The life jacket's always necessary.
Very good.
What's a Gore-Tex?
A Gore-Tex is a type of fabric designed like around the beginning of the century or like around those years, and it allows you to perspire and for your sweat to leave your body, but it also keeps you dry from outer water or rain.
Does it give you warm?
Well, a bit, because there's no water coming in, but it's not like designed for.
Another name for cortex is teflon.
So this is mostly if you want to sail and not get wet.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm guessing it would be windy. If you don't want
I don't know. You guys need to. You guys
Okay,
decide. Are
so-
you ready?
Okay.
Yeah, we're ready.
Ready.
Okay. So, what do you think would go under rainy conditions?
A jacket.
A jacket, yes. Very good. Let me put this away so we can see better.
Life jacket.
So, a jacket, yes. What
Life
else?
jacket is always necessary.
Just quick. Why would a jacket be necessary in rainy conditions?
So you don't get cold.
And
Yes,
you don't
'cause-
get hypothermia.
Remember that it repels water, so you don't get the breeze or the cold from the rain.
But is it not dangerous to
No, why?
What if you
It-
tip and
it
the
protects your
jacket?
body, no?
What if you tip and
No,
the
I
jacket-
mean to be out when it's rainy. Is it
Oh
not
no!
dangerous?
Well, of course, if it's getting into a storm and very heavy conditions, it would be dangerous. But in like light or moderate rain, it wouldn't be any danger, especially if you're a more advanced sailor.
Okay.
For you guys, not right now, but in the future.
Okay.
What else could go under rainy conditions?
Life jacket.
Life jacket, very good. But remember, life jacket is always necessary, so it would go under all 4 categories, right?
Yes.
You
Yes,
always
it would.
need a life jacket.
Okay.
Like a swimsuit.
That would also be always, no?
That would also, yes, very good. So where could we put these?
On top.
Yeah, sure. I'll put the ones that are for everything in the top, and the other one specifically where they fit. Okay. So what else did you
Swimming
mention?
suit.
Swimming suit, very
But
good.
that's for always.
Also for
I
always.
guess I said, let's start with all.
Well, for sunny, no. Swimming suit is for sunny because if not, you use the wetsuit.
Yes.
Bring over
Or
a swimming
you
suit.
could, exactly.
Don't you?
You could use the bathing suit and put the wetsuit on. So we could say it fits under all conditions.
What up? Traction
What?
shoes.
Traction
For all.
shoes. What would those be?
For all.
All?
Yes. they
And
would.
why is that? Do you
Because
remember?
in the cold you need to keep your feet warm, and in the sunny you don't want your feet to get sunburned.
Okay, that's a good reasoning. And what about for?
To keep traction on the boat, so
Okay, so
You
you
have
don't
a good
slip, right?
yes.
Okay. What else?
Gloves.
Gloves. Why would that be necessary?
So that you can have
Good grip.
a good grip
Okay,
on the
good grip. And
ropes.
And you don't-
when would it be like a must in sunny days or not really?
Optional.
Not really.
It would be optional, right? So we could put it.
Windy and cold and rainy.
Okay, yeah. Let me just switch these around because they fit better with these. Okay, what else do you have? What else do you think?
Water bottle.
Water bottle.
At all times you might get dehydrated.
Yes. So also all.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything specific for one category?
Yes. We've
Mm.
got sunglasses.
Sunglasses. Would you use that in a cold day?
No, you wouldn't.
No, probably not.
Only if you're like extremely cool and awesome.
Yes, that
You could use it on sunny and windy days.
Yeah. Windy days to protect your eyes,
Sunscreen.
so we can put it in the middle of those two.
Sunscreen might not be necessary for cold and rainy days.
Yes. Okay.
Sunscreen for sun.
Sunscreen. Yes. And is there more?
We've got wetsuit for when it's cold.
Wetsuit. Why? What? Do you guys know what a wetsuit does?
It
Keeps you warm.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
So-
keeps body heat.
So when? In
On cold,
cold days?
yes.
Okay. Also, it could be in windy, rainy days. Most of the time, these three will come together, just because we're sailing. But we will have some time when it's just cold, or when it's just windy but not very cold.
Caps.
Caps. When would that be the most necessary?
On
Most
sunny days.
Sunny days, right?
They're kind of optional in the rest,
Could,
but
yeah, could be help you on rainy days.
It could.
it could.
Yes.
But
But
in windy
mostly-
days, it would fly away the cap.
But mostly in sunny, right?
Yes.
And what else?
We got the spray top.
Spray top. That's basically another. Like
For
a
rainy,
jacket. Yes.
Windy
for-
or rainy days.
Uh-huh.
Like extremely windy.
of course.
So in the
And
bottom
just as the
here,
Gore-Tex here.
and the Gore-Tex the same.
for Gore-Tex.
How many more do we have, guys?
Those are all.
Those
Is
are,
that it?
yeah.
Okay. As we can see, most of these are kind of basic attires that are used in all the conditions. There are some specific for jacket, like jacket for these more cold conditions, or sunscreen for sunny. But right now we're just learning the basic attire needed for sailing, and these are kind of the most important. It's always important to have a life jacket, so we, like, in case an emergency happens, we're always with protection and we can float on water. The water bottle to keep hydrated, that's very important, especially if we're sailing for long hours in one day. Sunscreen, of course, to protect our skins. Gloves, not that necessary, but they could be useful, because sometimes we're so much time outside that our hands start getting blistery. Jacket and wetsuit, spray top, all of those when it's windy. Remember, very important. So we keep warm inside. We don't get things like hypothermia or excessive cold. And well, very good, guys. Okay, guys, very good. Now let's see what you learned from the lesson. So I want you to start thinking what attire should be used in just normal day, any condition type of sailing. So let me just take all these papers off. And okay, guys, so what do you think is the most important thing when sailing? Yes.
A sailboat.
Apart from a sailboat.
A life jacket.
Okay, a life jacket.
Life jacket.
Very good.
A sail.
Life jacket.
Jacket. What else?
Water bottle.
Water bottle. Why is that?
So you don't get dehydrated.
Okay, yes. Your turn. What?
Some swimming suits
Swimming suit.
or
yes.
other material that gets dry and
So like non-cotton fabrics
yeah,
that can dry easier and faster. Okay, good. What else?
definitely.
Oh, the sleep. Some shoes, so you don't
Shoes.
sleep. Special
And
shoes.
it's
Gloves. Shoes and gloves.
shoes and gloves, yes,
Gloves.
to protect ourselves, and also it makes sailing easier.
and sunscreen and cap.
Sunscreen cap, very good, especially when we are in the sun, right? In the strong sun.
Uh-huh.
And eyeglasses. So you can be
Okay.
protected from the sun and from the wind.
Yes.
And from flying objects.
Okay. And now, something that I told you. Do you remember what's important when we are in rainy or windy conditions?
Of course.
A jacket.
Jacket.
A jacket.
Or-
Yes.
Wetsuit.
Or
Or a
Gore-Tex.
Okay. Very important, guys, to keep us warm. And well, you guys seem to have learned a lot. Did you enjoy?
Oh
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Do you know what type of clothing to use in distinct
For sure.
environments?
Now we do.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Enjoy your sailing.
pop quiz. What type of clothing would you use in a very windy, cold day?
a jacket
Uh huh.
or a wetsuit.
Yes.
Gloves.
Uh huh. Gloves.
Obviously the shoes
Okay.
and the life jacket.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys seem to know it all, so I hope you have enjoyed.